What if I told you that a simple daily practice could cut your risk of falling in half? A practice that requires no gym, no trainer, and not even leaving the comfort of your living room. Here is a truth that most people over 50 never hear from their doctors. 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 and over will fall this year, and for many, that first fall changes everything, from their confidence and independence to their very ability to move freely. But here's the good news. You can gently retrain your body and your brain to find a deeper, more reliable sense of balance. This isn't about extreme workouts or complicated machines. It's about 5 simple, graceful movements, rooted in the wisdom of yoga and functional training, chosen specifically for those of us 50 and better. This is not about flexibility or touching your toes. It is about staying on your feet, protecting your freedom, and aging with grace and control. Stay with me, and I will share the one move that strengthens the precise muscles you use to prevent a fall. A balance trick your brain can learn in seconds, yet remember for decades. And the hidden reason your balance may not be what it once was, and exactly how to restore it. Before we begin, feel free to drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We would love to connect with this community. Now, let's explore the 5 movements that could quietly change the next 20 years of your life. First, the tree pose, your foundation of stability. You don't need to climb a mountain to find your balance. Sometimes you only need to stand like a tree. This pose may look calm and still on the outside, but within, it is a full-body awakening. For those of us over 50, balance isn't just about staying upright, it's about confidence. The tree pose, or vrikshasana, is one of the most powerful ways to rebuild that confidence from the ground up. It challenges your ankles, knees, and hips, but most importantly, it trains your mind to remain steady under pressure. Studies have shown that single-leg balance exercises like this one can significantly reduce fall risk, especially with regular practice. But beyond strength, tree pose trains something called proprioception, your body's innate ability to sense where it is in space. This skill can fade with age, but the beautiful news is it is entirely trainable. Here is how you do it. 1. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Have a wall or a sturdy chair nearby for support if you wish. 2. Gently shift your weight onto your left foot. 3. Bring your right foot to rest on your inner left calf or thigh, never directly on the knee joint. 4. Bring your hands to a prayer position in front of your chest, or if you feel steady, raise them overhead like branches. 5. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds, breathing deeply and calmly. 6. Slowly release and then repeat on the other side. A small tip: wobbling is part of the magic. Each tiny adjustment you make is your body getting stronger. A gentle note on modifications. If you've had recent hip or ankle surgery, or if you experience vertigo, this pose may need to be adjusted. Avoid placing your foot on the knee as it creates unnecessary pressure. For those with neuropathy or numbness in the feet, stability can be a challenge. But don't skip the pose entirely. Instead, try it with your toes lightly touching the floor, like a kickstand. The goal is never perfection, but progress. Even leaning against a wall, your body is learning. Ready for our next movement? It has warrior in the name, but it trains something surprisingly gentle: stability while your weight is shifting. Second, Warrior 2, balance through grounded strength. Aging may soften the body, but Warrior 2 reminds it how to stand firm. At first glance, this pose, Virabhadrasana 2, looks like a wide lunge with arms outstretched. But beneath the surface, it is a powerful tool for retraining your body's internal balance system, especially in the lateral side-to-side plane, where most real-life falls occur. Unlike standing still, Warrior 2 teaches your body to remain balanced while in motion, as you reach, twist, or shift your weight, just as you do in daily life when stepping off a curb, turning to grab a bag, or reacting to a sudden slip. It strengthens your glutes, thighs, and deep core stabilizers, giving you the muscular foundation to stay steady. There's something deeply empowering about holding this pose. You don't just stretch, you stand your ground. Here is how you do it. 1. From a standing position, step your feet about 3 to 4 feet apart. 2. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees and angle your back foot slightly inward. 3. Bend your right knee so it is directly over the ankle. Your left leg remains straight. 4. Extend both arms out at shoulder height, palms facing down. 5. Turn your gaze softly over your right hand. 6. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, then gently switch sides. A small tip: keep your shoulders relaxed and imagine energy reaching out through your fingertips. A gentle note on modifications. Warrior 2 may be challenging for those with knee arthritis, recent hip replacements, or chronic low back pain. The wide stance can stress the joints if your alignment isn't right. You can modify by narrowing your stance or by placing a chair under your front thigh for support. If you feel tension in your shoulders, simply rest your hands on your hips. This pose is not about aggression, it is about rooted awareness. Done gently, it's one of the safest ways to prepare the body for the real world. Next, a pose that looks like a simple stretch, but secretly trains your brain to react. Before you fall. Third, the forward fold, where balance begins with letting go. It may look like a simple stretch, but the forward fold is your body's reset button. As we age, stiffness can become the silent thief of balance. Tight hamstrings, locked hips, and a rigid lower back all limit how quickly we can react when we trip or shift our weight unexpectedly. This pose, Uttanasana, helps to undo that tension and restore the body's natural reflexes. But there's more. This pose gently shifts your center of gravity forward, teaching your body how to adapt and stabilize in unfamiliar positions, like when you lean over to tie a shoe or pick something up from the floor. It is also deeply calming, engaging the parasympathetic nervous system, the part that tells your body, "You're safe, you've got this." Here's how you do it. 1. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. 2. On an exhale, hinge at your hips and slowly fold forward. 3. Let your head and arms hang freely, keeping a slight bend in your knees. 4. Your hands can rest on your shins, on blocks, or on the floor. 5. Breathe deeply into your back and hold for 20 to 30 seconds. 6. To come up, engage your core and roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time. A small tip: don't force the stretch. Allow gravity to do the work. A gentle note on modifications. Those with severe osteoporosis, spinal issues, or glaucoma should avoid a full forward fold. Bending too deeply can increase pressure on the spine or eyes. Instead, modify by placing your hands on the seat of a chair, keeping your spine long and parallel to the floor. Even in this gentler version, you are training your body to move with awareness, regaining the flexibility that keeps you independent. Next, we'll come down to the floor for a move that builds balance by syncing the brain, core, and limbs in one fluid motion. Fourth, the bird dog. Core control meets cross-body balance. It looks simple, like a stretch your grandkids might do on the carpet, but the bird dog is secretly one of the most powerful movements for preventing falls. As we age, we often think of balance as an issue with our legs. In reality, true stability begins at the core and spine, the body's control tower. Bird dog strengthens the center while challenging your ability to coordinate opposite sides of the body, a skill your brain uses every time you walk, reach, or recover from a stumble. This cross-body coordination can fade faster than most people realize, which is why bird dog is used in neurological rehab and senior fall prevention programs across the country. It doesn't just train muscles, it retrains movement patterns. The best part: you don't need to stand or risk losing your balance to practice it. Here is how you do it. 1. Start on all fours, with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. 2. Engage your core, imagining you are pulling your belly button up toward your spine. 3. Slowly extend your right arm forward and your left leg straight back, keeping your hips level. 4. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly return to the starting position. 5. Repeat on the other side. 6. Aim for 5 to 8 controlled repetitions per side. A small tip: focus on control rather than height. Slow, steady movement is the key. A gentle note on modifications. If you have wrist pain, recent abdominal surgery, or severe spinal stenosis, this move may require some adjustment. Try performing it with just the arm or just the leg, but not both at once. You can also place a cushion under your knees or elevate your hands on a bench for comfort. The goal isn't to look perfect. It's to reconnect with your body's deep movement intelligence. Every repetition trains your brain to respond faster, smarter, and with more confidence. And finally, a standing move that mimics a real-world challenge, balancing on one leg while reaching, just as life so often demands. 5th, the single-leg Romanian deadlift, training for the fall that never happens. Most falls don't happen because someone slips. They happen because they are unable to recover in the moment, after the slip. That split second, when your body tries to catch itself, is exactly what this movement trains. The single-leg RDL mimics real-life situations, bending to pick something up, stepping awkwardly on uneven ground, or turning quickly with groceries in hand. But here's the real magic. It strengthens your posterior chain, the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back, muscles that are often underused as we age. At the same time, it demands constant micro-adjustments in your ankle, foot, and hip, teaching your nervous system how to stay upright when things get shaky. Unlike most balance drills, this one trains you while in motion, preparing you for dynamic, real-world balance, not just standing still. Here is how you do it. 1. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. 2. Shift your weight to your left foot. 3. Hinge at your hips as you slowly lift your right leg back, lowering your upper body forward. 4. Keep your back straight and allow your arms to hang down or reach forward for counterbalance. 5. When your torso is parallel to the floor, or as far as feels comfortable, pause and then slowly return to standing. 6. Repeat for 5 to 8 repetitions on each leg. A small tip: lightly touch a wall or a chair with your fingertips if you feel wobbly. A gentle note on modifications. Those with poor ankle stability, recent hamstring injuries, or balance-related vertigo may find this movement too intense at first, but it is easily modified. Keep the back foot on the ground as a kickstand for support, or simply reduce the range of motion. Never sacrifice form for depth. Even a small, controlled hinge teaches your body an incredible amount. Over time, this movement becomes less about exercise and more about endurance, training your body for that unpredictable moment where strength and balance mean everything. Conclusion: stronger balance, one gentle movement at a time. If you have made it this far, you are already doing what most people never consider. You are investing in your future mobility, not by hoping, but by actively training for it. These 5 movements may look gentle, even quiet, but their impact is anything but small. Each one speaks directly to a part of your body that time often forgets: the ankles, the hips, the spine's reflexes, and even the brain's internal compass. They are not just yoga poses or balance drills. They are daily insurance policies against the kind of falls that change lives. And here is what most people miss: it is never too late to improve. Neuroplasticity, muscle control, proprioception, all of it can be rebuilt. Not perfectly, perhaps, but meaningfully and powerfully. So, whether you are just starting or restarting, these movements are here for you. You can do them in a chair, near a wall, or with a loved one. You can wobble, breathe, try again, and still win. Which one of these 5 movements felt the most surprising to you or the most needed in your life right now? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. You don't need to move fast, you just need to keep moving.